Hey, homeschoolers. Welcome to the Homeschool Sanity Show, where it's all about less frustration and more confidence in your homeschool and parenting. I'm your host, Dr. Melanie Wilson, Christian psychologist, homeschool mom, and author of story-based curriculum Kids Love. And today, we're talking about one of the biggest sources of frustration for homeschool parents: kids who don't take initiative. If you feel like you have to remind your kids of everything, they wait to be told what to do, or nothing gets started without you, this episode is for you. Because what looks like laziness or lack of motivation is usually something else entirely. Let's dive in. I want to start today with a question that might feel a little too familiar. Have you ever thought, why do I have to tell my kids everything? Why can't they just see what needs to be done? Why don't they start their work without me reminding them again? If that's you, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common frustrations we have as homeschool parents, and it's exhausting. Because when kids don't take initiative, what happens? You become the manager of everything. You carry the mental load, and you start to feel like if you don't say it, it won't get done. That's frustrating. But what if I told you that a lack of initiative isn't necessarily a character problem? It may be a skills problem, and that's actually good news for us. Let's define initiative in a simple way. Initiative means noticing what needs to be done and acting without being told. Now, when we define it that way, we can start to see why our kids struggle. Initiative actually requires several underlying skills: awareness, noticing what needs to be done; planning, knowing what step to take next; motivation, getting started; confidence, believing they can do it. If any one of those is missing, initiative breaks down. Here's where it gets tricky for us as parents. When kids don't take initiative, it feels like they don't care. They're being lazy. They're ignoring us. But much of the time, they're overwhelmed, unsure, or simply untrained. And when we interpret it as defiance, we respond with more reminders, more frustration, even verbalizing our assessment of their character, which unfortunately doesn't build initiative. It actually shuts it down. I had kids who didn't take initiative to clean. I spent time teaching them how to clean, but didn't teach them to notice when something needed to be cleaned. It seemed like they should just know, but the truth is they weren't thinking about the value of a clean house like I was. They were likely thinking about games, sports, and friends. If I had it to do over again, I would have taught them to notice when something needed to be cleaned or put away, and I would have given them ample rewards to motivate them in the beginning. I also had a kid who did take initiative, but not in the way I wanted. Without telling me, my teen called the tennis coach of our local high school and asked what was required for him as a homeschooler to be on the team. That's something we often forget to teach our kids. Initiative isn't just do whatever you think is best. It's notice, act, and ask if you need permission. I made it clear that my son should have asked first. He did end up being on the tennis team, and his initiative was a blessing when it came to applying for college scholarships. He handled the whole process. But many kids wait to be told what to do. Why? Here are a few common reasons. They don't know what done looks like. If expectations aren't crystal clear, kids hesitate. They've been corrected a lot. If they've heard, "That's not how I wanted it," they may stop trying. They feel overwhelmed. When everything feels big, they don't know where to start. They're used to being directed. If we've always told them what to do, they haven't practiced deciding. So what can we do to help our kids build those initiative muscles? Let me give you a few practical strategies. Number 1, make the invisible visible. Instead of assuming they should know, say, "Here's what I would notice in this situation." You're training their awareness. Number 2, start small. Initiative grows with success. Instead of "take care of your schoolwork," try "what's the first thing you can do right now?" Number 3, allow imperfect action. If we correct everything, kids stop initiating. Let some things be good enough. This is hard for us perfectionists, but powerful. Number 4, ask instead of tell. Instead of "go start your work," try "what do you think should be done next?" Now our child is planning, not just obeying. Number 5, notice initiative when it happens, even small things. "I noticed you got started on your math without being reminded." That builds identity. "I'm someone who takes initiative," your child thinks. Here's the shift I hope you take away today. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with my child?" ask, "What skill is missing?" That question changes your tone, it changes your response, and it changes your child's experience. If this is an area your child struggles with, I want to give you something to help. I just completed Level 3 of Training Aliens, a fun story-based curriculum to teach your child social and emotional skills. I want to send you the lesson on initiative for free. This lesson is designed to teach kids what initiative actually is, give them a story-based example they'll remember, and help them practice it in a simple, concrete way. Instead of lectures, kids learn through stories, modeling, and practice. You can grab that free lesson in the show notes at homeschoolsanity.com/initiative. If you enjoy it, be sure to take advantage of launch pricing for Level 3 this week. Or grab the discounted bundle of all 3 levels, allowing you to choose the skills your kids need to work on first. These materials are a wonderful summer course for your kids. If you're feeling frustrated right now, I want you to hear this. Your child's lack of initiative is not a fixed trait. It's a skill that can be taught. You don't have to carry the whole load forever. With the right tools and a little patience, you can move from constant reminding to growing independence. And that leads to exactly what we all want: less frustration and more confidence. Thanks for joining me today for the Homeschool Sanity Show, a production of the Ultimate Homeschool Radio Network. Have a happy homeschool week.